that projection screen paint using. You have to understand, Jamie, you got to understand that every time you do these fake demonstrations about me, I'm going to be on top of you, exposing you, showing exactly how fake you are. Now, he just did another demonstration on some cinematic screen mix. Somebody posted in the bottom of the comments they would like to see that against the personal mix. I would like to second that also too. I would love to see that against a personal mix. I would like to see that against all his gray screen paint mix to see exactly how close they come together. So, demonstration that he's displaying right now on his channel by stating that this is, I knew he was going to come with a new screen paint. He has to, because now, you know, people are going to figure out exactly what he displayed on his channel of showing you how to make the screen paint. You could pretty much figure it out for yourself how it's done. And I don't even know why you would have that on there. If you're basically selling screen paint, why would you do that to yourself? So this is a video that he has posted of, this is supposed to be our black screen paint right here. These are the two women I have right here on display over here on my black screen. I am actually using his personal mix. I'm using his UB mix, which is a darker screen paint. And I'm also displaying, what else do I have on there? The personal mix, I think personal mix, and the screen paint, do-it-yourself paint. So this is supposed to be our product. This is how it's supposed to be so dark. It's supposed to come up, land against the woman's skin right here. So have you have a look at that. And this is supposed to be his Cinemax screen mix. This is how dark our image is supposed to come up. This is where you have to learn, my friend. Stop doing dumb stuff. This is my jet black screen laying against your white sheet of paper, your UV mix, personal mix, and the do-it-yourself screen paint that I made for free on your YouTube channel next to our black screens, or my black screen. So if my screen portrayed a color that dark, well, you would be able to see a very dark black image when it comes to our technology. And keep in mind, that's a white sheet of paper right there. And this is what I mean. You have to stop doing these dumb demonstrations. You don't learn, man. You got to stop doing it. You know you're going to get outed every single time. And it's starting to look sad for you. It really is. But I got to keep coming. It doesn't bother me to come in here and debunk your theory. I love it when you do stuff like this because it gives a chance for me to expose you for who you are. And right now you're desperate. And right now you're going to be trying to slander us as much as you possibly can. But Crow, this is this is supposed to be our product, correct? That's what you're saying? This is the same demonstration you're posting right now. And that's a white sheet of paper. That's your UB mix right there. That's your personal mix. And that's the paint we made online. You don't learn, man. You don't learn. Every time you do not learn that you don't challenge our technology. If you do, I'm going to come in and I'm going to prove you wrong. So if my screen is supposed to be so dark, how come it doesn't look the same way as it does in your video? You know why it doesn't look the same way in your video? Because that is black paint that you're using. You went down to your store, you put some black paint in there, and that's how you're doing your demonstrations. That's the level you have to stoop in order to get some kind of credibility. I'm displaying your exact same demonstration right now. And I didn't even bother that cinema mix. I know what that is. I know what that product is. I guarantee that's the personal mix, probably with a couple of teaspoons of black in it. I guarantee you that's what it is. Somebody just posted at the bottom of this video, he wanted to compare the two together. I would like to see you compare the two together. All of them, compare them together and see how close they come together. You should know better than that. I think this guy, I hate to say it, but I think he has dementia. I really do. Or he has something that doesn't allow him to remember not to do dumb stuff. This is supposed to be my product right here. That's how black my screen is coming up. That's interesting. Let's go back and play this footage right here. My screen is supposed to be so dark that you can't see. And now here I got a piece of white sheet of paper next to my screen. I'll tell you what I want to see. I want to see that cinema mix next to that personal mix. That's what I want to see. Or that do-it-yourself screen paint. I want to see it next to that. That's what I want to see. That's what you should be doing, a comparison. I knew the minute, and I'll tell you right now from the door, I knew the minute that we showed how he was telling people how to make his product. I knew the minute that came out that the first thing he was going to do was come up with a whole entire new screen paint, because now he's going to have to scrap everything else. He's going to have to. And he's going to have to try to bring up a new screen paint that's going to have to be able to say, hey, this is different from anything I ever made. And this is the strategy guide he's going with. But bringing a 12 into this, man, you should have never, ever tried to make a fake 12 and bring it into this, because now we're going to have to do demonstrations on this technology too. But chances, like I said, he'll never sell it to us. He will never, ever sell it to us at all, period. Because he'll cancel every order for this. So this is supposed to be our product right here. And these are the people in the comments at the bottom talking about, oh, it's not, his product is fake and stuff like that. Well, my product is, I'm showing this demonstration right here for you crow boys that want to make comments about product right there, about it being fake. Well, there's how dark my image is supposed to come up. And yet I'm sitting here next to his UV mix and personal mix doing a demonstration. This is how dark my screen's supposed to come up. Let's play this video right here. And see how dark my screen comes up. So dark that you can't even see it. But meanwhile, I'm painting that other mix that he gave out for free onto a large piece of styrofoam. That is going outside for an outside demonstration. So let's show off the whole video. I can bring my, there we go, bring you guys up to my level. And let's start this demonstration all the way to the beginning to see how dark my screen comes up. Also saw the demonstration you did change. Your screen has contrast levels. That environment was so dark it wasn't even funny. I don't know how you consider that to be a well-lit environment. One little light in the middle of the ceiling, are you kidding me? Do you see how bright my environment gets in here? You don't learn nothing. I'm taking today. You gotta change going outside today to play. Yeah, my screen's so dark you can't even see the screen at all, period. That's how dark it is. And yet I have your UV mix right there that I'm blending your screen right now. Crow, you don't learn nothing, do you? I want to see you do a demonstration like that. Remember that demonstration you did with that little light in the center? But you're going outside today. Today you're going outside. I got a piece of styrofoam downstairs painted with your coating on it. I'm going to stripe it with all the other colors, and we're going outside on 1,000 lumens. That is the image that he just projected, where my screen was supposed to be so dark that you couldn't even see it. You don't learn nothing, man. You don't learn nothing at all. Well, you're going to learn. You'll learn. Trust me. Because now, keep in mind, the product that you showed off is not basically, of course, there's no patent behind it all whatsoever. We all know that. There's no patent on it. You can't give out something for free that doesn't have a patent on it. I'm going to start, I'm going to actually advance that screen paint and make it far better than what it is. I'm going to use it to blow out your own stuff. We're going to make an upgrade version of it. So this is supposed to be our stuff right there. And our product is supposed to be so dark. As he said, this is how our screens are coming out. So that's how dark our image is supposed to be. Oops. It's interesting for a screen that's black. Against all these other screens that are much lighter than my screen is still producing a natural skin tone. If it was so dark, you wouldn't be to see it at all, period. As you portray it to be. But yet, your screen sits shrouded in darkness while my screen sits surrounded in sunlight. Look how much light pushes in around my screen, Crow. So that's the difference. So let me show you something here. It doesn't bug me. It's gotten kind of hilarious now, because now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put in, let's see what happens when we put in 6 tablespoons into that. And keep in mind, it's not his mix. People have been doing the black and mixed paint for like forever. It's been going on forever. As a matter of fact, if you remember the what was it called? The YouTube mix. YouTube had a mix the same way. It was black and pearlescent with black paint. That's what it was. It was called a YouTube mix. It was way back when they had the Galaxy projectors and all that stuff was big. That's nothing at all. Now, keep in mind, our screens are supposed to pull that image that dark. But yet, I got your screen paint upstairs, and it doesn't pull any form of contrast level whatsoever, no color, nothing at all. And the crazy thing about it was I was able to make the free version and match the version that I paid $104 for. So I knew what he was going to do was he's going to come in, design an entirely new screen paint, call it with some crazy name, and say, hey, this is different from anything I've ever developed. Well, if that's the case, then you need to back it up. You need to match that Cinema Max screen paint against a personal mix, Frankenstein, anything that falls in that color, or basically go out and buy one of these gentlemen's screen paints and do the side-by-side demonstration to see which ones are exactly the same. And then you should do that demonstration, or different, do that demonstration with a color pattern or contrast level, stuff like that. That's what you should be doing. Because those are demonstrations we need to see. If this is supposed to be a whole new different form of screen paint that you're developing, that you made, then where's the difference between, I'll pick that later, where's the difference between that screen paint and all the other screen paints that you have made? And can you do a display in all colors and contrast levels, just like I did upstairs, to see if they blend in? And you might want to go by eBay and purchase that company, a guy called HD Screens, and the other one Pro Screens coming in. You might want to do some demonstrations against theirs too. He's not going to do those demonstrations. He wouldn't even do a Starfield demonstration. All right, so, yeah, Crow's, he's falling. Is a white sheet of paper. As a matter of fact, let's take this UV mix. You know what we're going to do? What we're going to do? All right, so since he's saying his paint is so bright, we're going to take the UV mix. We're going to do a demonstration on white levels against his own screen paint. So we'll do that one. Then you got to cut these sample sheets down a little too heavy. Yep. All right. Now keep in mind, that's your UV mix right there. And your UV mix is blended into my screen. That's your personal mix right there. And my screen is still producing a bright enough image where it's not coming up super dark where you can't see it. But it looks like your screen is fading. You know why? Because it doesn't have a contrast level. It can pull a white level, it just can't pull a contrast level. And I guarantee you, he fast forward as fast as possible anything that came up with any form of contrast. That's Cinemax. I'm sorry, but that screen looks exactly like a personal mix. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. If not, he wouldn't mind doing a side-by-side demonstration with the personal mix and also making the screen paint he was showing us how to make for free and doing a side-by-side demonstration with that. Maybe a Starfield demonstration, some colors, all that other stuff in there. Same demonstration. I couldn't care less if you do it in the dark. I really didn't care. I want to see how close it comes to those. If not, he's doing the same scenario. He's selling you the wagon, jumping over your gate and stealing it, painting it a different color and selling it to somebody else. That's what he's doing. You don't need to be worried about our technology. Our technology is way surpassed yours. I got a blue screen out there that pretty much is different from anything we have. That blue screen doesn't category with anything we have in our collection. Our black screens don't category with anything else we have in our collection. Nines are gold. They don't even category with anything in our collection. Black silvers. All our screen paints are different with their own identities and own colors. But on the other hand, that Cinemax looks a lot like a personal mix, and the personal mix looks a lot like the Metallica mix. And if you put a little darkness and a couple of teaspoons of black in it, it comes off looking like a Frankenstein. The red wagon scenario. But today, we have a sunny day. You're going outside, my friend. I just painted a great big, huge piece of styrofoam. You're going outside, and we're going to do a demonstration. We're going to use 1,000 lumen into 43. So that's me playing back your demonstration. You just did on my product. That's supposed to be so dark. Now, if you're saying your product is different from your personal mix, I say you back it up and prove it. $4K fish. Oh yeah, they're poor white level. Crow, where's your UV mix at? It's right here next to my black screen. Now you see how it faded when it comes to the blacks? If my screen was so dark, I would not, my screen would come up jet black next to this screen. That's far lighter than mine. You don't learn, man. You never, ever freaking learn. I really do. I think you have some kind of dementia where you forget things. The minute they happen, I think you forget them because nobody else could forget the demonstrations we just done on your product. And then you come back in and you say, oh, this is my Cinemax mix. That it's totally different than any mix I've ever developed. Well, you know, that's like I said, that's the case. I would like to see that next to a personal mix. I really would. And I would like to see you do the same demonstration you just did against your other screen paint. And let's see how close they come up. Now, it's funny how interesting people, how he's trying to do reviews against our, making a fake tech paint that's supposed to be ours. And he's doing reviews against our product. But this is the same individual who canceled 3 orders from us because he did not want his product coming here. He wants to try to review other people's products, but he didn't want them to review his products. That is a person with something to hide. Every time you try to do a fake review or some kind of review against us, it's just a black eye to you. It's not a black eye to us, but this is coming from a person who was so terrified for us to do a review against his product, he canceled every last order that we sent out. So you doing a review against us just kind of makes you look like the snowflake that you are now. And I hate to call anybody a snowflake, but clearly you are. Oh, no, I can do reviews against your stuff, but you can't do them against mine. No, that can't be. No. Isn't that what that sound like? I couldn't care less. If you do your fake reviews or whatever, at the end of the day, I have proof on my eBay account showing that you canceled my orders. I have proof on my email account of you stating back and forth that you don't do this and you don't do that and so and so and so. So I knew after we showed that demonstration of making the free paint that he was going to come up with a whole new screen paint. We knew that he was going to do that. But here's the problem you have here. Just because you come out with a whole new screen paint, you still have to go back and show everybody that the product that you're making is clearly different from anything you have, which I can do right there when I show you the black silver or when I blue screen. Clearly you can see those are different screens. Heck, if I take right now and I'll show you, look, our black screens right here have the ability to pull high white levels, which means I could take a screen like this, which we can clearly see is a gray screen, and I can stick that right here. And my black screen can blend right into it just like that. Because my screens have the ability, black screens have a coating that allows them to read white light. Even if the screen's gray, it can blend into it. Where the black screens we developed have the ability to produce a higher contrast level, which I can take sample sheets like the DMP Supernova screens that are much more darker than the screen, and I can produce a contrast level, better of colors. There you go. A difference in that. This screen right here went outside on 1,000 lumens and it produced a Tron, a star demonstration outside at 6 o'clock in the evening. You have never done that. I got screens that can sit there around tons of windows and ambient light and still produce a beautiful blue image from corner to corner to corner without one fade. So show me something new. I would like to see that new Cinema Max next to a personal mix. How many would like to see that? How many would really like to see that? I would like to see that. Now, let me tell you something. First things first. If you made a Cinema Max, right? Say you made the Cinema Max paint. That's your business. I couldn't care less. Enjoy. But the minute that you involved our product into or try to make a product or try to do something false against our product, now we're involved. If you made this Cinemax, hey, this is my new paint, blah, 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 I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less about anything you make or what you do. But the minute you mention my company's name and say, hey, look, this is what it does to a 12, blah, 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 and 12 is the garbage, blah, 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 now you got my attention. Now I'm back in your backyard again. So now I'm giving you a request that you probably possibly can't do. What is the difference between your personal mix and the mix you have now? I don't want to see some slight little edge, like by a little bit. No, I want to see a huge difference. That's what we should be seeing. Let's go to really quick. That's his UV mix falling off. Let's get some more tape for that one. That's his UV mix falling off. Let's run that back again. You don't want to miss any spots for that. We'll bring that back a little more. Now mind you, this is the UV mix that he claimed that was equal to 12. It was equal to 12 in every way, that it could beat a 12. Good gracious, it just does not work. sit there, do it. No, I don't want to do this. Can't make me do it. Can't. It's not going to happen. You're not going to make me do it. Yes, you are going right back up there. Okay, let's get you back up there. Come on. It'll be over pretty soon. That's your UV mix that you said that was better than the 12. I am matching your colors on every level. For a screen that's black, I'm telling you, it's done an amazing job. And look at your personal mix on the other end. It's faded. Okay. There you go. That's the difference between a 12 and your UV mix. We pull 100% contrast level and color at the same time, where your screen can pull color, but you can't pull contrast. Your personal mix wouldn't stand a chance against a black screen. Now keep in mind, think about this before you cause some serious damage to yourself, Crow. UV mix is not pulling a contrast level on our technology, right? And your UV mix is actually darker than your Cinema Black, right? Or Cinema Max. We're blending the screen easily. We're blending, even the personal mix, I say, is a little bit, probably a little bit lighter than the Cinema Max you're using. So keep in mind, we're able to catch up with the personal mix with no problem and show no disruption to our screen whatsoever. We're able to blend into your UV mix with no problem. And then we're able to pull contrast that both screens can't even touch. So think about it. If you have a screen called a Cinemax and it's somewhere in the range of being in between a Frankenstein and a personal mix, that means that, number one, you're not going to pull a contrast level against a black screen. That'll never happen. Number two, we'll be able to blend your screen with no problem. As we're doing with this screen that is actually darker than your screen. I guarantee right now that your UV mix, and I'm willing to state this, your UV mix will pull a better contrast level than your new screen that you just made. And you can do that on a Starfield demonstration. Feel free to show us all that one with the lights on. See, the thing about an OLED demonstration, which you understand, OLED demonstrations, the backgrounds are jet black at all times. You ever notice when you watch a blue screen pull an OLED demonstration, backgrounds are black at all time. Here, I'll give you a little lesson in gray screen technology. I'm going to pause it here. There you're going to learn something. I'm going to show you what a black silver does by itself. So what we have there on that long sheet is a black silver. Black silver has a special coating technology that allows the screen to be able to read black letters. Now, if I bring it up over here, right, and we'll lean it against here, what we're going to do is we're going to turn off projector right here, all right? So you can see the screen, that it is gray. It's a gray screen, right? But a black screen can blend into that and make that part of the screen. So you can see it's a gray screen, of course, right? Watch this. I'm going to put my projector on over here. Very good. Now look how dark that screen just became. You want to fire up the black screen. while we're getting to that, this is what I want to show you real quick. Now, this right here was trying to show me how his, now mind you, first statement he made against my 12, he said that his HG Cinema Black could be the 12. I said, well, I'll buy it from you right now, which I did. I went and bought the paint from him. Tried to buy the paint from him, and he the order. For you crow boys that don't believe, you don't understand, you don't get the point. I'll show you so you can understand. These are all canceled orders from Crow. Or we place orders for his product to bring it over here to do demonstrations that we're paid for. And all the orders, one by one, were canceled. We canceled every last one of them. So if you have nothing to hide at all whatsoever, why would you be canceling our orders like that? I paid you. Each one of those are paid for. And canceled every last one of them. Excuses. Excuses were, I don't do business with con men. It's funny because we own 2 of your screen paints, your personal mix, and I own your UB mix, which means you had to do a transaction, which means you did use my money and you did spend it. All right. What's the other one? You don't ship our post office box looks suspicious. It's the United States Postal Service box. I'm pretty sure all you in here have boxes, have used them before. Keep in mind when you go set up the United States Postal Service box that you have to have proper ID that matches your lease or wherever you rent or live, and you must have a valid state or driver's license ID. Even if you're going down to, and keep in mind because of COVID and because of lung issues I have, I really didn't want to leave the house, but in order to renew my box, I had to show up in person or they weren't going to renew it. So they take it very, very seriously. I don't care, COVID or not. I had to show up regardless and be in there to get that taken care of, which I actually expand the size of my box. All right. Let me get my, if we can figure out which one it is. No, we test the 12s against. We test these screens against the Parallax, and we test it against the Dark Star 9. Because those are the darkest screens I have in my category door games. YouTube Starfield demonstration. My screen right now is reading a contrast level. Not as high as the black, but it can read one. And it pulls the Starfield demonstration outside at 13 feet back on only 1,000 lumens. And here, this is nothing to it. Starfield demonstration, YouTube. Starfield demonstration, YouTube. Translation gets a bit buggy. There you go. Something you can't do, Pro. Something you cannot do. That screen right there can mimic your UV perfectly. I can blend your screen. Watch this. .4K fish. noise with just make 4K fish. $4K fish. Now, watch this, Crow. See how beautiful that image looks? You notice how on here, we couldn't get you to pull the black level, right? Watch this. Where's your screen? It's there. I'll show you. It's there. All right. How about this? I'll take you over here. I'll stick you on this screen over here. You might go up because your contrast levels won't pull. All right? There you are. You're on my screen right there. But the only reason why you're showing it because your contrast levels are not pulling and your gray's coming up. Check out the lights for you. There's your screen popping off right now. Put you back up again. Let's try to get you to stay a little better this time. All right, we'll try our best to get you to stay up there. Right there. That screen right there, Crow, that UV mix that you made, and I'm gonna tell you that Cinema Max, that would blow your Cinema Max out of the water easily. I'll tell you why. It can pull a higher contrast level than a Cinema Max easily, by far, definitely. And then on top of that, the white levels are probably going to be better on your other screen. But like I said, with this one, it's going to do much better. Contrast is everything. So some people will overlook that white level just to get that darker contrast level. And it's a shame because you're showing that on a Cinema Max screen. Your projector has, what, 1,000,000:1 contrast? Or you will never see that. But either way, either be a black screen or our other screen right here, which is a black silver, which produces higher white levels than the black screen. The black screen produces higher contrast levels than the black silver. Both screens can cover your screens with no problem, like they're not even there. I don't know how in the world you were comparing this to a 12. Can't pull contrast level, but we can pull your color with no problem. See how beautiful the color is on a black silver? That's color coding technology, my friend. And even with the lights on, same reaction. It never doesn't change. Bumping my stuff. Let's do this right here. Let's do this right here. Let's do well, we all know it can match what I'm gonna call them. We're going to take this one down. That one anymore. And let's make it a little hard. We'll get rid of that projector because that projector is what, 3,400 lumens? Let's switch over to 1,000 lumens right here. Let's go over to this one right here. All right, so I need to take this one out. Get rid of that. And let's fire up this one. So let me see what we need for this one. We need a projector. Now, this projector right here isn't anywhere near your optimal projector. This projector right here is a 720p SVJ 600 by 800 res projector with no contrast rating at all, period. It doesn't have nothing at all. So we're going to take that. I'm going to disconnect this because we don't need this from the back in here. So my cord right here is long enough to reach. It's not, I want to get an extension cord. Let me go get an extension cord. We're going to use that one right there. See, when I first show off a screen paint, y'all know how I do things. We don't start off with the big boy projectors. We have to start off with these projectors right here. These are the dinkies. We start off with those first. All right? There's no point in me showing you off a demonstration. If I'm going to be showing you off my technology, there's no point in me showing you off a demonstration on a 43, 52, anything we have in here. That's pointless. Because all it shows is that bottom line at the end of the day, that you're reflecting off the projector. If someone's using a $50,000 projector in their demonstration, you're reflecting off the projector. You're thinking, good God, that's a $50,000 projector. You know that you're not going to have anything, if you do have something, but most people are not going to have anything close to that. So they're going to think that the projector's doing all the work. So that's why we always start off with the low bottom dollar projectors. That's what we like to start off with, just to show you that you don't have to have an expensive projector in order to pull off an image. Mind you, I'll show you why we're doing this. And this is also to teach somebody else on how to stop cutting corners. This is what I mean by cutting corners. If I show up a screen paint for the first time, you know how I do demonstrations with my projectors. I bring every downstairs. We do ultra short throw, short throw. We do long throw. We do the whole 9 yards. We bring the whole party down here. We can bring knockoff projectors, everything. Because you need to see exactly how you're going to be able to relate to what we're doing in the demonstration. Now, you can relate to that projector right there. That's a $75 projector right there. You can get that on eBay right now if you want. That's an easy projector to relate to. Anybody can relate to that. Let's fire this up. We hit our screen right about. So from here to the sofa, we're about, sorry about bumping the stand, we're about 11 feet back from the stand from there to there. Let me go put on a night sky on that one because that screen is supposed to be producing some black levels. Let's see if I can get my controllers here. Where are all my controllers? Now give it some time. It's an old projector. Been around since 1999. It only does 4.3. It's old. Okay, give it some time. It'll warm up. It'll get there. It ain't like these newer projectors that can start up right away. It takes its time, but when it gets there, it gets there. It's an old timer. It'll take its time. There we go. Now, it's not that exactly straight or anything, but you know, I push it up higher because I want the screen to be higher up because I wanted to get as far as akin to those lights up there. The higher the better. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. So, let me see. I'm on YouTube TV. YouTube. Also puts me on YouTube TV. Oh, I am on YouTube. This is advertisement. Yeah, 4.3 is a pain in the neck to work with. I'm just telling you that right now. Because you're only getting like half your screen right there. But these projectors only do 4.3. You're not getting anything more out of that. That is not going to happen. We'll put this on for right now. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. So my freaking phone is charged. Now I can switch over to my Chromecast because I got all my videos loaded on here. I have to throw contrast on here all day long. Yeah. Where's the Chromecast at? I think it's in the next room. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. So, you can't cut corners, man. That's the thing about it is, you can't cut corners. You start cutting corners, then, yeah, you're gonna have all kinds of problems when you start cutting corners. All right, so we're gonna come out of here. We're gonna pull this out right now. I got my Chromecast fully charged up. I'm in my phone, so now I can go and hit my selection of videos that I want to hit. Let's come over here. Let's power this up. Now this is what I want to show you. You see how my screens all sit? This is the one, the blue. Now blue was tested. When we first had it was a 12, tested under just about everything. I've done the 1,000 lumen projectors, the distance throw outside, hit with all different sorts of projectors. It did fantastic. It passed this gain test, and then we advanced it to a 15. Now you see how much light I have in this environment next to blue? Which we're showing all the lights are on. We got window light pushing through. If this is not enough for you, I can add some more light in for you. Hold on, I got you. Let's pull these curtains back some. Maybe we want some more light to come in here. Let's get our curtains back here, like so. Let's come over here, and let's pull these curtains back some. Bring them all the way back some. I'm going to lose right here because this is always messing up on me. So right there, so let's get our curtains pulled back on the blue. We got a projector set up here. Now keep in mind, my projector doesn't sit right up on top of my screen. My projector actually sits about 2 feet away from my screen. And if you see the way my screen is set up, it sits right to the length of the windows. It's 126 inches. So it's basically, this projector was only designed to do a screen size of 100 inches. So we maxed out our pixels already. All right. So this is what I'm going to show you. We come in here, we got our Sony projector set up, plenty of light in the environment. Let's see if we can expand the picture. Can we make our picture bigger than this? Oh yeah, we can make it bigger than this. Oh, yes, agree. All right, that'll work. Let's make the image a little bigger. That'll work right there. We've got a bigger image. And we're going to bring up the Sony 4K. And this is the black demonstration, the darkest demonstration I've seen so far by Sony. Here we go. It's not what I wanted. I don't want to see a Geico commercial. I want what I need. This phone's a little old too. It takes some time starting up. Meanwhile, look at that. How beautiful that looks, fully lit environment. This is why I don't like people who fake their, when they do demonstrations, you're not supposed to start off with a $3,000 projector, $3,800 projector. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to start off bare minimum. That doesn't prove anything when you're saying, oh, I'm doing contrast. And if your contrast level is that good on that screen, hey, I'll buy it from you. I'll bring it in here and I'll put it against an extreme. If you want to go down that route, and we could do it outside. So let me show you. Here we go. This is the Sony demonstration we're going to do right now. This is on a black right here. So there you go. There's a projector producing an image on a black screen at 1,000 lumens, fully lit environment. And I'm doing this without any fading, any washing out to the screen. And that's on 1,000 lumens right there. Now I'm going to show you why we're doing this demonstration real quick. I'm going to show you why. And this is a personal message to Mr. Anytime you want to match any of our demonstrations toe to toe, feel free to. As a matter of fact, you can do that. You can start with that one first. This is supposed to be impressive. I'm sorry to come down on you, man, but you're out of your league. This is supposed to be impressive. This is how dark your environment is right now. And because you think you're showing off contrast levels, look how dark your environment. That doesn't mean anything at all. Your environment is too dark to be trying to say you're displaying a black level. Now look how he zooms in on the contrast, like I'm pulling contrast levels. I'm not pulling contrast levels. I'm not pulling anything at all. That's gray. That's not black. That's a fully lit environment. And that's on a blue screen. And keep in mind, my ultra short though doesn't have a 1,000,000:1 contrast. Watching somebody's dog do something stupid. Doesn't have a 1,000,000:1 contrast, and my projector sits 2 feet away from my screen. That's supposed to be contrast demonstration? Are you kidding me? You don't start your technology off on a high-end projector. You never do that. But I got a little challenge for you right now. You got the same projector I have in this demonstration right now, right? I want you to do a demonstration on a star field demonstration on that screen using the lumen projector that you have, and I want you to be about 11 feet back from the screen. I want you to do that same demonstration on that product by the night. Pull a star field demonstration. If your screen is saying it can pull that contrast like a black screen, like our technology, I would like to see the same demonstration. As a matter of fact, I'm going to come back in and redo this challenge for you. That projector right there has 0 contrast capabilities. All right, I'm gonna leave out of here. Again, as I can't express enough to Mr. Crow to mind your own business. Do not compare yourself to 12s. Don't compare yourself to any of our technology. We can't buy your product. We can't do reviews because you're so scared you're canceling orders, but yet you want to keep bragging about how good your technology is. And it's not. I'm just explaining to you. It's okay in your category, but on our level, it's not there. But I'm gonna give you a challenge today. Since you did display that image of you trying to show off saying that your technology can produce a contrast level, well, I'm going to give you a challenge. And if you don't complete that challenge, that means your product is just like all the rest of them. Can't pull contrast. Also, too, keep in mind, this is your darkest screen paint that you make. Just to let you know that if this didn't make it against our screen at 1,000 lumens with a projector with a 0% contrast rating, then what do you think that Cinema Max is going to do? And it's lighter than this. So your challenge is already set for today. So let's see. And also, too, on top of that, like I said, for those of you who are curious to know, and somebody did ask him, what is the difference between that paint and the personal mix? Because I would like to see that myself. All right, that being said, I'm getting back to work. I clean my place a little bit. I'm getting ready because I just painted a huge piece of styrofoam. We're outside today, people. We're going to do some demonstrations on some light screen paints. That other screen paint that I purchased, because it claims to be outside, can use it outside. We're going to be doing that one outside too also today. We're going to be doing all black contrast demonstrations. All right, with that being said, got to go.